Koinant, good evening fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And we're talking migration again. Just giving you some stats related to Australia. Very, very interesting. Regional Australia is the buzzword if you want to come to Australia. The latest migration figures from the Department of Home Affairs show a surge in the number of regional visas being granted to migrants moving to South Australia. In the 3-month period between July and September this year, 1,682 regional visas were granted to those moving to the state, up 172% on the same period last year. At the same time, the number of regional visas being granted in Victoria rose by 65% of the 2018 intake, and in New South Wales by 78%. Queensland was the only state that outstripped South Australia in terms of growth, with a massive 233% in the number of regional visas granted. Nationally, the number of regional visas granted rose 124% to 6,350, highlighting the federal government's push to get more migrants into the regional areas. All of South Australia, including Adelaide, is considered a regional area for the purposes of migration, despite the city having a population of 1.3 million. With changes coming next month to the number and types of visa on offer under the federal skilled migration program, experts say migrants wanting to gain skilled visas in the major cities will have an increasingly difficult time. In total, 23,000 new visa places will be on offer each year, as the existing visa subclasses 489 and 187 are removed. They will be replaced by the skilled regional visa, subclass 491, and skilled employer-sponsored regional visa, subclass 494. Both will have a pathway to permanent residency for migrants who stay in the regional areas for at least 3 years. Bob Burrell, president of the Australian Population Research Institute, told SBS News, "It is notably more difficult for people who want to get a points-tested visa in Melbourne or Sydney. Many of these visas have been removed or moved to regional areas." While the government is driving more migrants to the regions for temporary stays, in March it cut the overall permanent migration level from 190,000 places to cap it at 160,000 places for the next 4 years. So it's just got 20% harder to get a visa or get residency in Australia. But Dr. Burrell questions the long-term effectiveness of the plan to get more migrants out to regional areas. He said, "They can't corral people forever in regional areas. That would create 2 classes of citizens in Australia, but they can do it on a temporary basis." South Australia's Minister for Innovation and Skills, David Pisoni, whose portfolio covers the state's skilled migration program, said there was a significant shortage of skills in regional South Australia, with half of all advertised job positions going unfulfilled. Do you hear that? They're advertising these positions online, and people aren't responding to them. Guys, you've got to get on the internet. You've got to Google South Australia, what sort of work you're in, and see if you can get a visa. If you've got skills like plumbing, electrician, driving a truck, being a teacher, all these different things, they're going begging. The new skilled migration program coming in November also provides 25,000 mostly regional work visas to be offered at the request of states, something Mr. Pisoni welcomed. He told SBS News, "We think the process should be driven bottom up and the state should have more autonomy to do that." He concluded by saying, "The federal government has been very cooperative in understanding the barriers that South Australia has and helping us remove those barriers to help South Australia grow." He added that he would like to see Australia look more closely at the Canadian migration system, where states had a great level of input in setting migration levels. When Mr. Ahmed first arrived in Adelaide, he had to work odd jobs, including delivering food for 6 months, before he landed a job in his trained profession as a mechanical engineer. He has no plans to leave Adelaide and hopes one day his whole family will have the chance to become Australian citizens, something his visa provides a pathway for. He said, "This is one of the best countries in the world. We would love to be part of this great country as a citizen, and I would love my children to grow here and serve this great country." So there you go, guys. Look, if you're wanting to come to Australia, focus on regional visas. That's where the action is. All right? Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, stay safe.